John 9:1. And as Jesus and as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciple asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parent, that he was born blind? Barakata Yahawa, Barakata Yahushua, Barakata Yahawa, Barakata Yahushua, Barakata Yahawa, Barakata Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Lakakadash, double honor to the elder and apostle of Great Milestone, peace and salutation, and a blessing to the Akim who pushes this truth, to the four corners of the earth, without forgetting the Confucian face, who look like the other nation, but their seed line goes back to the whole seed line of Ibrahim, Isaac, and Jacob, the princes of powers. Without forgetting the northern kingdom, our brother, Native America. Native America and the Seminoites. So today I am going to talk about what we call the glue of the Bible. Let's say you are making a house of boxes. You need that glue to bind together the house. That glue of the Bible is reincarnation. You cannot go anywhere without understanding the concept of reincarnation. Back in the day when I didn't knew about reincarnation or any other prophecy, I used to listen to this Facebook Israelite and this Israelite which hate the camp. They call them the campus hater, like city of Israel, Big Judah, and all of those bugged out stupid Israelite men. I was not atheism, man. The Bible didn't make sense. Without reincarnation, you will come to a place where you will stuck, man. No explanation. You will stuck. Unless you are not of the elect. And if you don't see reincarnation as a subject, you need to examine yourself. You are in big trouble. So, for you who don't believe in reincarnation, explain John 9:1. Explain. Let me repeat again. And Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from birth. So this man was blind from birth. And his disciple asked him. So the disciple asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? Who did sin? It means there are two people here. Who did sin? So they were asking Jesus to choose who did sin. This man or his parent. So the disciple asked Jesus to choose between his parent and that man who was blind. So who did sin? His parent did sin. So for you who say that the sins of we cannot be punished by the sin of your parent, this is a cut right here. So let's continue. That he was born blind. Which started first? Which started? The sin started, then the punishment of him being born blind. Let's say his parent committed a certain sin. So this man was born blind, or himself committed a sin to him for him to be born blind. Let me repeat. Who did sin between his parent or this man for him to be born blind? So his parent committed a certain sin for him to be born. That is a cut. Or him committed sin to be born blind. Where did he commit? Where do you commit? Where do you commit sin for you to born blind? Where do you commit? On your past life. I can close the Bible here and go to sleep. Basically. Basically, I can close the Bible and go to sleep if I want. But for the sake of edification, let me continue further. Let me continue further for the sake of edification. For the sake of edification, let us continue further. Let us go to the basic. To the basic of reincarnation. I want to give you the basic of reincarnation. Ecclesiastes 1 and 3. Let us start at verse 3. What profit has a man of all his labor, which he takes under the sun? One generation passes away, and another generation comes, but the earth abide forever. So here he is talking about the cycle of life. One generation come, and another one come. The old one come, another one pass. So there is no profit in this life. For you who commit sin, the sun also arise, and the sun goes down, and hasten to his place where he arose. So another generation come, and then it goes back to where it came from. Where did it came from? The spiritual. The wind goes towards the south and turns about onto the north. It whirls about continuous, and the wind returns again according to his circuit. So there is a circuit of life. The circuit of life. All the river run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the river come, hither they return. If you go deeper, the sea means people, place, people, and nations. So one generation of a certain nation goes, another generation comes, like a sea. Like how these seas, suns, animals were put here for us to observe, and to learn life. How do you think Solomon learns all his wisdom? By abiding to nature, observing the nature, being harmonious with nature. By him observing the sun and the Most High revealed to him that there is the cycle of life. One generation go, one generation comes, the old generation comes, the old generation goes. Even kingdom reincarnate, man. Egypt reincarnated as America. Babylon reincarnated as America. Ancient Nineveh reincarnated as America. Ancient Tyrian Zidon reincarnated as America. There is a reincarnation of men, the reincarnation of kingdom. So today we are going to talk about reincarnation of men. Another day we talk about reincarnation of kingdoms. So let's go to Exodus 20. Again, Exodus 20. Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Lord thy God, I am the jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So if you certain generation commit sin, the Most High will visit you to the third and the fourth generation. Meaning that this generation pass, it goes to the spiritual world. Where after the fourth and after the third or fourth generation, it is turn to leave their punishment of what they committed. These are the basic of reincarnation. I am just giving you the basic of reincarnation. Let us read Ecclesiastes 3 and 21. After you die, the spirit go up, the spirit of the beast go down. There is no a place called hell. You need to get over that. That's another lesson. Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward? Upward where? To the spirit world. And the spirit of the beast that goes down to this. So the animal also reincarnate, the beast also reincarnate, the goats and all of that things reincarnate. The difference between the reincarnation of a man and the beast that is the man reincarnate to his said of first generation. The animal reincarnate right away. That's why it says the spirit of the beast goes down to this, come again at the instant. So I am just giving you the basic of reincarnation. So you can be asking, like the East Indian says, you can come like a cat. That we are going to refute that. I am telling you, I am giving you the basic of reincarnation. We are going to refute that and kill that nonsense, which is the word of the Lord. First Corinthians 15 and 39. First Corinthians 15 and 39. All of flesh is not the same flesh. So if you go to the spirit world after the fourth, the third and the fourth generation, you come here. You not come like a cat, because Paul here tell you all of flesh is not the same flesh. If you are an Israelite, you continue being an Israelite. If you are an Edomite, you continue to be, because God requires a past. If we were wicked, like Emperor Nero, if the Emperor Nero incarnate, he continue to do wicked. Like, let the wicked be wicked still. God requires a past, and let the wicked be wicked still. If you are a wicked Israelite, you come as a wicked Israelite. The wicked Israelite who refused the Yahweh will come here as wicked Israelite. So, man, the fate of you is sealed from the beginning. The fate of you is sealed from the beginning. So you come on your flesh. You come. You don't come as like an animal. But there is one kind of flesh of man, another kind of flesh of beast. So the beast come like a beast. A goat cannot reincarnate as a man, and a man cannot reincarnate as a goat. And another fish and another of bird. There are also celestial body and a body of terrestrial. So when you go to the spirit world there, you get a celestial body. You rest, no pain, no all of that. All of us rest. There are also celestial body and the body terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So the East Indians tell you that you die, you come like a cat. There is no such a thing, man. There is no such a thing as dying and coming like a cat. So basically, you will find that all other nations knew about reincarnation. Let us go to Job to show you when you go to the spirit world, you are called that celestial body. When you come back here in earth, you call that celestial body. So when you are in the spirit world, you rest. I told you rest. Let's prove that through scripture. Job 3 and 17. There are the wicked cease from trouble. Where? The spirit world. And there they will be at rest. There the prisoner rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressed. The small and the great are there, and their servants are free from their master. You know, there is the spirit world. Prisoner, lambs, poor, all of you will rest. So this kill all of you who say that, oh, there is hell, There is no such thing as hell, man. America is hell. Let's go to Daniel 12. I will hit the point. I am going to give you the example of reincarnation from the Bible. Daniel 12 and 13. But go thou thy way till the end be. What is the end? The end of day, the end of time. For thou shalt rest. Daniel will rest means he will die. How will he go until the end of time? And stand in thy lot at the end of the day. So Daniel will be here prophesies against the downfall of these nations in the end day. How will he be here? Through reincarnation. That's why I told you reincarnation is a glue to the world of Yahweh. Is glue to the Bible. Without reincarnation, the Bible don't make sense. Another thing, let's go to Matthew 19. Matthew 19. Matthew 19 and 28. And Yahweh answered, said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that you with that followed me in the generation when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of the glory, you also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Following the generation, what does it mean? To reincarnate back. To reincarnate back. Let's go and see what John the Revelator was told. Revelation 10 and 11. When this revelation was given to John, he was on the island of Patmos. At that time he was an old man. And he died there at the island of Patmos. But what does this scripture mean? And he said unto me, Revelation 10 and 11, and he said unto me, Thou must prophesy against and before many people, and the nation and the tongue and the king. How will he prophesy when he died in the island of Patmos? He will come back in reincarnation. If you don't get that, I have nothing to say. Let's go and see second Ezra. And Ezra will be here, man. Ezra will be here. The book of Ezra 16, he is talking, prophesying about the perilous time to come in the later day, on the end of the world. But after prophesying, after being shown this thing, look what Ezra say. Ezra 2:16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Which day? The later day, the time to come. So basically, reincarnation, we can talk more about reincarnation all day long. But I'm just giving you a hint that there are certain scripture which will not make sense. There are certain breakdown which will not make sense. Like prepare slaughter for the iniquity of their fathers, they may not lie. That's story they are their forefathers. So the Bible won't make sense until you subscribe to reincarnation. Reincarnation is a sect which connects spirit, scripture. Reincarnation is like a glue which binds together scriptures and the prophets. So you need to have that glue for your house to be intact. I said it's like you are building a house of boxes. You need a glue to bind, to make space, to make between space and the space. So basically, reincarnation is a glue for you backed out. Jake, who think that reincarnation is a... Many people say reincarnation is witchcraft. There is no encouragement against Jacob. So I hope the lesson was edifying. Shalom until the next time.